And this was one that was picked by Matthew McLister of Blinded By The Floodlight blog, friend of the podcast. So yeah, I'll kick us off with this one. I think of the three of us, initially, I think I was the one that was quite looking forward to hearing this one. Soft Play, for those that don't know, formerly known as Slaves. If you want to know about the kind of name change there, ask Bob Villain is all I'll say about that one. But yeah, it was one of those bands that I was never massively into them, but did enjoy their debut record and always had a great time whenever I caught them live. I remember one time in particular, I think it was the first time I saw them, was at Live at Leeds, which is like an inner city, venue to venue, one day festival. Went along to catch them there. First time catching them, obviously full on, just absolutely crazy. As we're leaving the venue, I see this guy emerge out of the mosh pit, shirtless, with what looks like a broken nose, like blood down his face. But at the same time, just like the biggest smile, like he was absolutely buzzing. So I think that kind of sums them up. That visual kind of sums them up perfectly. It's, it's ugly music, but it's also a lot of fun. So yeah, I think the main reason I was quite excited is because I really enjoyed the singles leading into this one. It is a bit of a comeback record. I can't remember off the top of my head. I should have noted down when their last record was, but I know it's
2018.
2018, yeah. So 6 years ago now. So it's definitely a comeback record. And I think Punk's Dead, which they released last year, was just like a fantastic comeback single. It established their new identity, whilst at the same time trolling everyone that gave them grief over the name change by, just impersonating all these people that were, upset with them for, why'd you change your name? All this kind of stuff. But, really great track. Fun little cameo from Robbie Williams on there too, which I think, again,
is dead.
Yeah, that's it. It just adds to the whole aura of the song, just throwing him on there. I think it's really great. So yeah, big fan of that track. Mirror Muscles, I really rated as well. Love the riff on there. It's very like almost new metal, like the sound of it. And I think it's, again, it's like a sharp commentary on people's like fascination with bodybuilding. It's even got that amazing Arnold Schwarzenegger sample on there of the pump, running through it, which I love. But yeah, so as much as I love those two, it was the single, and Everything and Nothing was the one that I really took to. Obviously a very different song for them. Sonically, it's based around, a mandolin. Lyrically, sees them quite open, quite vulnerable. It's, the two of them talking about the death of their friend and the grief that came with that. And I think I don't know, it's something about the way that they describe, how they were feeling at that time. It's just one of those songs that knocks me for six. Certainly the first time I heard it. And it's only, grown on me more the more times that I've spun it. I saw them perform it at Glastonbury when I was watching Glastonbury on TV, and that was one of the moments across the weekend where it was just like, really powerful to see them perform that, and obviously what the song means to them as well. But yeah, so for me, those three singles kind of set a high bar going into this for me. And I think I'm coming away with those three tracks are still my favourites on here. That said, I think there are some other fun moments on here too. Act Violently, which was one of the latest single releases. I think that's just a great pure punk track. Very catchy. I love a great sample of the "Hey, I'm walking here" that runs through that song. Isaac is Typing, I think, was the single that they released post-album. Again, a similar story, fantastic riffs, typically hard-hitting vocal performance. And yeah, other than the singles, really enjoyed the sub 2 minute tracks. Bin Juice Disaster.
Yeah, I love that one.
Which is just, great punk fare. Just, let's make a 2 minute track about spilling bin juice on the kitchen floor. And John Wick as well, just stupid, dumb fun. And the other one that I really dug as well was The Mushroom and the Swan, just again, classic punk fare. So yeah, I think I came away, like, this is what I think overall, I think the highs for me are high, but it's probably one that I'll dip back into rather than playing the whole thing front to back. I'm not sure if I'm just getting old, but it's one of those where, it is a short album. It's like sub 30 minutes, but in those sub 30 minutes, there's not much variety. It kind of stays, full volume, super aggressive all the way through up until, you got that beautiful moment with everything and nothing at the end. And there's a part of me that wishes there was more moments like that on this, just to break it up a bit. But then I'm not sure if, that song is more impactful because it's the only one like that on here. I've still not decided on that, and I also appreciate that it's not very punk to be wanting more songs like that as well. So it's probably not what they were going for. But I think, ultimately, if you're a soft play fan, you'll be very happy with this one. I know it's got some good reviews from critics as well, saying it's their best. I'm not sure if it's the best for me, but it's definitely their strongest since the debut. And like I say, I think the singles are fantastic. But I think for my taste, going back to that Joe Goddard record, maybe it's just lacking a bit of variety for me. How about you, Kylie?
Yeah, I mean, this is my first experience with soft play or slaves. I remember that they're one of those bands you read about them changing their name, and as wasn't familiar with them, and that was that. But yeah, I'm going to save the time. Like, I agree with you that the singles are the strongest, though I do like Act Violently quite a bit. That one gives me like a System of a Down kind of feel to it.
Like the
which I enjoyed.
Rapid.
Yeah, some Surge, but yeah, Bin Juice Disaster, Mirror Muscles. I'm with you on all those. And I think the thing that you have to talk about here is Everything and Nothing, which is easily one of the best songs I've heard this year. One of the best songs I've heard in a long time. Really, like, you listen to as much music as we do, and sometimes it's just, something doesn't hit you more often than not. And that one, just to go from these punk tracks to going to not only, the subject matter about the passing of their friend, but really like a, out of time, Automatic for the People era REM, kind of like a Counting Crows, real early to mid 90s alternative sound that I don't think of all the 90s revivals, that's like not really something that people are doing right now. But that mandolin, it's just it's a powerful song. And I'm like that Glastonbury performance, is only better than what's on the album is fantastic, but that live version, you just, you really feel it. And, you were saying, I don't think it's punk to want more of that, but I think, like, if these guys really want to be punk in spirit, then maybe that's a teaser for another album to come, because the fast rapid fire songs are great, but what they get there, the juxtaposition of his shout talk vocals with the mandolin and stuff, it's just it's powerful stuff that only comes along every once in a while. So for that song alone, like, high remarks from me.
Yeah. We just got to mention, like, it's one of those where the lyrics on that song, it's so raw. You know, white knuckles on the counter in the kitchen. They don't know how hard I'm kicking to keep my head above. Like, it's every time I hear that line, I'm like, God, it just hits. And like you say, you hear that vocal against the beautiful, like, sound of the mandolin, and it's just, yeah, I'm 100% with you. It's one of my favorite songs of the year for sure. And yeah, so we're both quite a fan, certainly, of the high points on this one. We'll go over to Andrew's notes. He was a fan as well. There was some that he didn't agree with, so he put relentless punk tunes, excellent guitar work at times, a few pretty funny songs, particularly Worms on Tarmac. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I obviously mentioned Minji's Disaster and John Wick, but yeah, that's another one that's quite fun as well. Not all that deep. Some songs seem like pale imitations of Idols or Bob Dylan songs who tackle similar subject matters a lot better. Which, yeah, I could sort of see that. I mean, definitely compared to the Bob Dylan record earlier this year, I think overall that's a much stronger record.
Leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, you know, is there a song on that record that's as good as Everything or Nothing? Maybe not. I don't know. But
yeah, that's a good question.
It's a tough one. But yeah, definitely I'd say Humble as the Sun is. If you're wanting something similar that's, you know, just got a bit more dynamic, a bit more variety in the sound and the influences coming in, that's definitely one to check out.